These stories are for entertainment purposes only. They have no connection to any religion, caste, or individual. Please keep them with a watch as a fictional story. It is said that a person's bad deeds never leave him, no matter how much he suffers. Why not go to a safe place? His deeds stay with him forever. The surprising thing is that man never gives up his bad deeds. People inevitably commit bad deeds, whether they are small or beyond their imagination. Much bigger. My name is Ashok, and I'm a psychiatrist. Everything was going well in my life. Then one day, an accident took a turn for the worse. And it completely changed my perspective. It's been a long time since that incident. But that night is still etched in my mind. It was exactly 1 year ago today. I was returning home late at night from the medical college in Posse. It was raining lightly at the time, and I was worried the rain might intensify. So I drove a little faster. Just then, I received a call from an unknown number. As I answered the call, one hand on the steering wheel. Suddenly, a girl came in front of my car and hit the hood of the car with great force. Screamed in panic and applied the brakes with full force. Oh my God, what happened to me? My brain went completely blank at that point. I mustered up the courage to get out of the car and approach the girl. Are you okay? He's bleeding profusely. He might die. I need to take him to the hospital. It must be. I quickly picked him up, laid him in the back seat of the car, and started driving. I was scared that he might bleed to death. I kept glancing at him in the rearview mirror. My limbs were still in a state of panic. I was trembling, but I had no idea that the sight I was about to witness would be my life's greatest nightmare. I'll never forget. As I watched, the girl sat up with a terrified expression. My blood froze in fear. My voice was stuck in my throat. What happened to me after that accident? I don't remember anything. Who is she? Where did she come from? And what did she want from me? So many questions raced through my mind. Ghosts exist. But why do they only see certain people? I wanted to understand. Well, it took me a long time to get back to normal, both physically and mentally. I was a psychiatrist. But right now, I need another psychiatrist. After a long wait of 8 months, I was able to feel normal again and be on my own. Started going to the clinic. It was a cold night on December 14th. I was getting ready to close the clinic. And, at that moment, a young woman stood in front of me. She knocked gently on the door and said, "Doctor, please come in." There was a 20 to 22-year-old man at the door. There was a very beautiful girl standing there at. I don't know why. I kept having this feeling again and again. It's like this was the same girl I met during the accident. But I don't remember exactly. It was approaching. "Where were you, doctor? Are you alright?" Yes, now tell me, how can I help you?" "Doctor, my name is Rohi. I live nearby. I've heard a lot of praise about you. I'm going through a serious problem, and you're the only one who can get me out of it." "Don't worry. First, tell me your problem. I'll do my best to help. About 2 years ago, my dad he passed away due to illness. I performed his last rites with great pomp. 2 years ago, I was living peacefully in my home. But I've been having some strange incidents lately." "What kind of incidents?" "Doctor, do you believe in ghosts?" His questions were taking me back to my past. I said hesitantly, "I mean, I do and I don't. Doctor, I actually see my dead dad. Comes. Sometimes on the stairs, sometimes in the room, sometimes on the lawn. Initially, I used to get scared when I saw them. But now I'm not scared because they don't harm me. But they always try to scare me." Is what they try to say. I can't understand it. I tolerated it for a while. but now I feel suffocated. It's getting close to only you can help me in this situation. How can I help you? I'm a psychiatrist, and that's all I have experience with. It's not my job to deal with ghosts and all that. Please doctor, I just want to know if they really appear or if I'm going mental. No one can understand this except her. She wanted to take me home to meet her dead father. I refused. I wanted because I myself have not yet completely recovered from the incident that happened to me. I found it out, but somehow, he convinced me to come with him. After this I closed my clinic and left with that girl towards her house. The city lights faded away, and we slowly turned onto the deserted highway. It was where the accident had happened to me just a few months ago. Ruhi was sitting next to me. I sat down He had a lovely smile on his face. He kept on driving me. It was a.m. Have you ever driven this highway before? Yes, of course. How could I possibly forget? I can't forget either. I have so many memories associated with this highway. We both share our stories with each other. I was so engrossed in telling the story that I didn't even realize when I reached Ruhi's house. As soon as he reached, he pointed in one direction and said, "There's my house. You can take the car inside." I looked at the house. It wasn't a house, but it was an old mansion that hadn't been renovated in years. I said as I turned the car inside. "This is a mansion, but it's still a home. You can drop me off here. I'll close the door and come back. In the meantime, you can park the car and go inside." Ruhi got off near the gate. "I'll be in the car." I entered I parked the car aside and reached the main entrance of the mansion. The door was already open. The mansion looked utterly lifeless, dilapidated, and old from inside. It was, just as Ruhi had told me. I inspected the mansion while waiting for Ruhi. I was just about to turn when a heavy voice called out to me. "Yes, tell me. Who are you?" I turned around in shock to see a short old man standing right behind me. "Now my car broke down, so how did you enter my house without asking?" "Now I'm sorry, but what? Why are you constantly looking outside? Is anyone else there?" "You, yes, I mean, no, you look nervous." Sit down. You'll want something to drink. I have some old brandy. I'm sure you'll feel better." "I'll get it. Yes, I'll have a drink." I was waiting for Ruhi. And I can't believe it. It wasn't I was sitting and drinking with a dead man. My eyes kept drifting to the door. I was going towards when I saw a picture above which had Ruhi and her dad. I pointed at her and asked the old man, "Is this your daughter?" "Yes. This is my daughter Ruhi. This is her last memory after she passes away. I have a memento left." "What does it mean?" "My daughter is no longer in this world." I felt the ground slip from under my feet. I stood up in shock. "What are you saying?" "I was just with her, and she brought me here. She's outside." After listening to me, the man made me sit quietly and said, "Please calm down. The spirit of the spirit often does this to people, but it does not harm anyone. And she doesn't come inside this house." I was like a stone. No questions, no sound. Everything is blurring before my eyes. And then the man took a deep breath and said to me in a trembling voice, It was exactly 2 years ago today. There was a boy named Deep whom she considered a friend. One night, while returning from a function, he sweetly lured her into a deserted place. He took me to where 2 of his friends were already present. And what happened next can be put into words. Even expressing it is a crime. Together, those 3 men have destroyed my daughter's honor. When their wind blew, the 3 of them left him half dead on the highway in front. They fled. When my daughter found me half dead a few hours later, my heart was broken. He was still breathing, but there was no life left in his eyes. I couldn't bear to see him. I felt death is better for him than such a life. So I strangled him with my own hands and killed him. A few days later, my daughter's spirits attacked those three bastards like dogs on the same highway. Killed. And finally, in the end. And finally he took revenge by killing me too. At that moment, as soon as the old man said this, I immediately got up from there and started running wildly. I kept running. I don't remember when I got to the car or when I got home. Everything was mine. Was beyond comprehension. When I woke up the next morning, I found myself unconscious inside the car. I was found in a state of shock and no one knew how I got home. The watchman just told that night I saw a girl of about 20 years old going back from there. Why did all this happen to me? I still haven't found the right answer. But now I'm so. I had definitely understood that the girl I met during that accident was none other than Ruhi. It was only, as far as I understand, all this had links to my past. Two from today. Years ago, Kashish was determined to save the lives of these two boys, one of whom was named Deep. Two of the three died on the spot. But I managed to save Deep. The same Deep who had died in Ruhi's death. Was responsible for that. And maybe that's why he reminded me of my one. Was punishing him for his mistake. However, Deep didn't survive for long. Days later, he too died mysteriously. But the story didn't end there. It was. Ruhi's spirit still appears to me, and often visits me in solitude. But I'm not afraid of him anymore. What did you think of this story? Leave a comment below. Do let us know. And yes, if you've ever experienced a place like this, write to us. Send it in. Maybe your story will be next. Hello friends, the latest videos from our channel. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all the updates.